before we actually do our actual opener, like, this is what you're getting from me. I'm literally lying on my bed in my childhood bedroom with my mic in front of me, and I am holding my pop filter with my hand because I couldn't find anything to latch it onto.
Well, I'm recording using a USB microphone that my brother and I bought my dad for Father's Day 2 years ago, and the quality is not great on this microphone. Also, I'm in my parents' walk-in closet. I set up a tray table with my laptop, the bad USB microphone, and an alcoholic beverage, because that's the energy we're bringing today.
Anyway, this is why you should donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/wowoftrue. This is an ad now. If you want to save us from this fate, you know where to go.
Can we talk about how there's, like, a boy band poster by your bed in your childhood bedroom, but I can't tell what it is?
Do you want a list of stuff on my childhood bedroom wall?
I think that's how we convince people to subscribe to our Patreon. Welcome to Wow If True, the podcast of your wildest memes.
We talk about niche internet fame, interview people who are making it weird on the internet, and dissect why exactly shit's going viral. I'm your guy whose phone just fell but can't grab it because they're recording a podcast, Isabel.
And I'm Amanda. Anyone could be famous on the internet, so why not us? It's been a year. Not only has it been a year in the sense of literally a year has passed, but also, like, we started the podcast almost a year ago. Happy birthday, Wow If True. Let's cut to the chase. Hey, Isabel, I have a quiz.
You're giving me a quiz on our birthday? You're giving me a birthday quiz?
You're a good test taker. You did really well on the LSAT. Anyway, which of the following events happened this year in internet discourse? A.
Okay.
Elon Musk hosted SNL. B. Donald Trump sued Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. C. Ratatouille the musical debut. D. Lawyer shows up on Zoom with cat face filter and says, I am not a cat. E. All of the above.
I mean, okay, like, the nature of this sort of quiz is that, of course, it's going to be E, all of the above, but I don't like that this all happened in 2021.
Yeah, well, it is E, all of the above.
That doesn't make me happy. Too much happened this year, but...
But wait, there's more. We're obsessed with talking about what the internet is obsessed with talking about, and thankfully, some pioneering internet anthropologists took notes on all the dumb stuff we talked about all year to rot our brains. So...
Can I pause there?
Yes.
And say that someday being an internet anthropologist is going to be a real job?
I think it already is a real job.
It may be a real job now. No, but, like, I like the idea of someone in, like, 2132 being like, I need to go onto ye old internet and having to parse all the text speak from the early 2000s.
Yes, when we arrive at, like, Web 5, where you can only access it via a virtual reality headset.
Exactly. Well, no, that'll be a chip in our brains.
Oh, right. When we're all wearing those, like, Snapchat AR glasses. Okay, every big tech company is making AR glasses, and I feel like we don't talk about that enough. I knew, like, one kid in college who had those Google glasses that looked really weird, but besides that, I have never seen AR glasses in the flesh. But that'll be Web 5 when the internet anthropologists look back. Anyway, so...
Wait, no, I have a hot take about the glasses thing. Sorry, like, we've completely fucking deviated from the plot now, but I think on the glasses thing, I think the glasses, the AR glasses are where VR headsets were 10 years ago.
Okay.
That's my theory.
Okay.
I think in 10 years we will all be wearing them. It'll be a little bit weird.
I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but I've gotten, like, weirdly really into virtual reality fitness. I don't know what happened to me.
That sucks.
Yeah. I find it really fun. It's, it's a long story. On our Patreon, there's a VR unboxing video I did when Facebook sent me, Meta sent me a VR headset because I'm a cool journalist who they're trying to show their technology to. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to use this. And now I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of into this. I'm the worst person. Anyway, speaking of the worst people, the internet. For our end-of-year extravaganza, we are going to look at a list...
We're doing a retrospective. Let's put it that way.
We're doing a retrospective. A writer named Paige Skinner, who, that is the pioneering internet anthropologist, made a list of daily everything that went down on Twitter. So did some other people on the internet, like Twitter user Llama in a Tux, great handle. We picked a couple of these just to take a moment to reflect on, but first, Isabel, give me a random date, and I'm going to tell you what happened on that date, according to Paige Skinner's list.
Ooh, okay.
What's your birthday?
No, see, I'm gonna talk about what happened on my birthday. So, what was happening on March 4th?
Lola Bunny redesign.
Oh, okay, I do remember people talking about the Lola Bunny redesign, and then being like, damn, this sucks.
You know what's also weird is when internet discourse happens and then you don't remember what it is. Like, everybody's been talking about the movie Don't Look Up. It's with, like, Jennifer Lawrence, Leo DiCaprio, Timothée Chalamet. It's about, like, it's a Netflix movie.
Timothy, my nemesis.
Oh, no, Timothy, like, dead ass is my nemesis because there is a teenage art competition.
Sorry,
No, yes. There is a teenage art competition that I very, very seriously applied to when I was in high school. I, like, worked all year on it, did not get it.
Did Timothy beat you?
Well,
do I need to kill him?
Okay, well, I was in the writing category and he was in the acting category, but Timothée Chalamet did win that year and I did not.
That sucks, dude. I think we should kill Timothée Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet do not interact.
You know, we can make up, Timothy. It's fine. We have beef. Timothy and I have beef.
Actually, okay, speaking of Timothy, because I'm going to cut you off on talking about your thing to talk about my thing. Can we talk about how, like, he's... One of the things on Paige Skinner's list was that Timothée Chalamet is playing Willy Wonka. And why has Willy Wonka been getting, like... I feel like he's been, like, the actors playing Willy Wonka have been getting narrower and narrower over the years. And why is Willy Wonka being twinkified?
Why not?
Can we talk about that? I'm right.
You know, this is twink representation. Twinks can be Willy Wonka too, Isabel.
I don't really want Willy Wonka to be a twink. In fact, I don't think we needed 3 Willy Wonkas in the first place.
Yeah, I really don't feel a desire for another Willy Wonka movie, but it's probably going to be a big deal. But also, this reminds me, just to go on a tangent of our tangent of a tangent, we will circle back to that movie with Timothée Chalamet in the discourse.
Not not Willy Wonka, the other movie.
Yes. One of the things on this list is also that there was an article that was like a profile about a 16-year-old crypto trader, and
that sucks.
In the image, he was wearing like a velvet suit in a private jet or something. I might be misremembering the image, but that's the impression it made on me. And
oh, Willy Wonka core.
Yeah, but when I saw that picture at first, I was like, is that Timothée Chalamet?
Good.
Anyway, so this movie, Don't Look Up, just example of how stupid Twitter discourse is. Everybody was discoursing about that, and I was just like, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie, I'm not gonna read this, I'm just gonna scroll past. But then I saw the movie, and now I don't know what the discourse even was. The discourse already passed.
You know, I think this is actually for the best for you.
Yeah, and
like,
I was
think
just
this
like...
is actively enhancing your life not to know about the Twitter discourse of Don't Look Up.
I thought the movie was fine. Like...
I have not seen the movie. I have no strong takes on the movie.
Yeah.
I do have strong takes on a Boss Baby, though, now. Which is like... Do we want to talk about previous year's discourse?
I don't think we can go to Boss Baby.
If you want my Boss Baby rant, it'll be on Patreon.
Okay, well, moving over to the @llama in a tux list.
Amanda, like, I'm not going to engage with this. We cannot talk about that. You're so valid. We can't. Go on.
You know, it's for the patrons. It's for the patrons. Like, you have to pay us to know Isabel's thoughts about Boss Baby. Anyway, so Llama in a Tux on Twitter posted a list. Also, we will link to both Llama in a Tux's list and Paige Skinner's list.
So, okay, can I ask about like why we chose these lists? Because are these just the first 2 lists that you found, or is it like is this a thing people have been doing, or is this just kind of like these look like interesting lists that comprehensively covered what the discourse has been on the internet?
The Paige Skinner list, I think, is fun because it is quite literally every single day of the year. The Llama in a Tux list is more abbreviated. But I just thought it had some fun stuff on it that wasn't covered in Paige Skinner's list. However, I did also send you, like, not for podcast purposes, just because, like, we are friends who talk to each other. So, this was one of the worst tweets of the year.
Oh, very excited.
This is about a journalist whose first name and last name both start with G, who is my nemesis on the internet also. Long story. That's a Patreon story. But somebody says...
You're cheating on Timothy?
Oh, I have so many nemesis, Isabel. I'm really competitive and very unhealthy about my relationship with external accomplishments. Anyway, so Garbage Ape says, is Glenn a leftist? And Jeff says, he's gay and in an interracial marriage, so yeah, probably more leftist than most people. Garbage Ape says, that's identity, not ideology. Chef Jeff says, it has more of an impact than going on Tucker Carlson. The ratio of times he's had gay sex to appearances on Fox is astronomical to the point where trying to define him by the latter is homophobic.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad tweets. Let's read another one.
Yeah, because that's what the people want to hear, you reading tweets on our podcast. I'm just roasting you, go on.
Here's another, probably the worst tweet of the year. On 9/11, I looked up and saw the second plane hit the World Trade Center. I can still feel the searing heat from the explosion. That day changed my entrepreneurial journey forever. Here's my story.
Oh, that sucks so bad.
I know. These really suck.
I mean, I do think that, like, it's been, like, 20 years, but also, like, that sucks. That sucks so bad. Also, people talking about their entrepreneurial journey is also just bad.
To be clear, the meme here isn't people remembering 9/11. Like, this was a historic moment.
The meme is using it for your entrepreneurial journey.
Yes.
You know, I feel like this has been this has been a big year for making fun of entrepreneurs, in the sense that 16-person viral TikTok house on, what I'm talking about here. Yeah, the one that was like, a nest of rats, but people.
I think about that a lot. This has also just been a year of dunking on entrepreneurs because I am a tech journalist now, which means that I just get a lot of emails from entrepreneurs and then I make fun of the emails they send me.
As you should. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the thing is that, like, the grind has become increasingly sillier with the rise of NFTs, and just... So, like, I feel like there's just a lot more fodder to make fun of.
Can I just say, a journalist that I know got COVID and tweeted about having COVID, and they said they got an email that was like, hey, sorry that you have COVID, I saw on Twitter, hope you're feeling well, speedy recovery, all the best. By the way, just wanted to pitch you my startup.
That sucks so bad.
Yeah. I co-wrote an article, the headline of which had Chugi in it, speaking of me being a tech journalist.
That sucks so bad. That is actually the worst thing I've heard of all year. And I know that it's directly, like, I feel like someone, I'm being satirical about this, but I do think it's extremely funny that there's small domino here, which was me showing you Chugi, and big domino, you putting Chugi in a TechCrunch article.
Yeah.
This fucking sucks for me.
Yeah.
I'm in a hell of my own creation.
I co-wrote an article just for, like, we love those end-of-year traffic booster fun posts. It was literally the draft of the Google Doc is cringiest tech moments of 2021. I only mentioned the word Chugi in the context of writing an entry on this list that said Spotify Wrapped as Chugi. And then this editor, Devin, who is, like, older than me and very, like, goofy and nice. I don't know. Devin, very intelligent guy, tech journalist who does not have Twitter.
I love that. I love that for Devin.
Love that for Devin. Anyway, he decides, let's make the headline say, Chugiest moments of 2021. And I was like, yes.
Hey, Devin, if you're listening to this, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Like, the funniest part about this is that it was totally Devin's idea, and I was just like, yes, of course I'm on board. Thank you, Devin.
Devin, I'm gonna murder you in your sleep.
Yeah.
I don't mean that for serious. I mean that for jokes.
Yeah, that would be really bad. We don't condone murder, but...
Although, like, okay, not to talk about murder, but to talk about, like, things adjacent to murder. Like, I think the thing that stood out to me most about Paige Skinner's list when I was reading through it, because I read through it because you sent it to me, was the absolute tonal whiplash between events in 2021. Okay, I pulled out some of my, I don't want to say favorite, because objectively what I pulled out was times when something extremely stupid happened and then something extremely horrible happened.
Yes.
Right, like on the next day, or vice versa. But just I think the moments that really encompass what 2021 was all about, which was like whiplash. But like, okay, for example, February 25, Mr. Potato Head, no longer Mr. February 26, US bombed Syria.
Fuck.
Yeah, right? And then December 13th, Elon Musk Time Person of the Year. December 14th, America hits 800K COVID deaths. Which I feel like actually that those two things, that encompasses 2020 beyond, you know? Like, Elon Musk, of course he's fucking Time Person of the Year. Of course he fucking is.
Yeah.
America hits 800K COVID tests. Yep, that's also predictable.
So, in 2006, the Time Person of the Year was just you. Because it was, you're the person of the year. Welcome to the information age. But, like, I think Elon Musk being Time Person of the Year is worse than you.
Yeah, like, I mean, the thing is, I guess Time Person of the Year is theoretically just some guy who has, like, a lot of influence. It's maybe not, like, good influence.
I also want to say that every guy with no personality on dating apps has their bio as, like, 2006 Time Person of the Year. And
that
I'm like,
sucks.
Okay, I get it.
I haven't run into that, but I have run into a couple of guys who are holding fish. And I kind of, you know, honestly, that's kind of a novelty in New York. Because it's like, damn, you did have to go out there and get the fish, you know? Like, you're not going to find that in Manhattan.
It's like, damn, you're well-traveled. You went to a lake one time.
Yo, real talk, when I see someone who looks, like, aggressively right-wing, I'm always, like, a little bit surprised, because someone who looks like a guy who owns a hunting rifle, I'm always like, damn, the fuck are you doing in the financial district?
Oh, true. Also, like, not to also just repeat discourse, but, you know, there's a really specific type of person, unfortunately I fall into this category, but people who don't like that on Hinge, the options are, like, liberal, moderate, conservative, but then it's like, I mean, of those three, I would call myself a liberal, but damn, I don't want to call myself a liberal.
God, you are such a specific sort of person.
I'm one of those.
I've literally never had this problem in my life. This is because I work for a corporation, I guess. I don't know. I just tried. This is nothing. Okay, speaking of dating, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. But we do need to go back to the tonal whiplash, because I think this is actually important to our understanding of the year. The other thing I wanted to talk about was how many of these events were related to Pete Davidson and his dating life. Like, for example, October 30th, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson held hands.
Huge.
On November 18th, Kim and Pete are officially dating. First of all, this sounds like discourse from, like, a middle school. Second of all, I'm right?
It does.
Second of all, can we talk about what about Pete Davidson is making him attractive to these women who are, like, obviously out of his league appearance-wise?
Okay, so I did see a tweet about this one time. Do not know who tweeted it. Sorry for not crediting you. But it was like, okay, but if you think about it, he's a funny guy that goes to therapy, which means he has at least some level of, like, emotional intelligence and or is, like, working on bettering himself actively.
That can't be enough. There are so many people who want to date. I'm sure that, like, the thing is, the pool of people who are down to date these women
I mean,
are just, like, it's like a massive pool, right? Like, and at least some subsection of it must be, like, a cool dude.
just
Cool
like,
guys.
just
Why Pete? Why Pete specifically is my point. What is he bringing to the table? I'm sure he's fine.
so
I'm sure he's great.
I thought about this line while I was eating cheese before recording.
Great, okay.
As Olivia Rodrigo said, I bet that therapist I found for you, she really helped. I think from that we can deduce that Gen Z and young people, Kim Kardashian is, like, a millennial.
Kim
Nowhere.
Kardashian is old as shit.
Is she, like, Gen X or a millennial? How old
I have
is
no idea.
Wait, Google.
How old is Kim?
Kim Kardashian age? She's 41.
She's 41?
Yeah.
How old's Pete?
Oh, he's 28.
Okay, that's weird. Now it's weird again.
I don't know, but I think Olivia Rodrigo's lyric tells us that we are beyond stigmatizing people going to therapy. We see going to therapy as a good thing. But then, however, Ariana Grande once said, "Look at you. Boy, I invented you. Gucci tennis shoes running from your issues." Pete Davidson wears Gucci tennis shoes, and Ariana Grande is saying he is running from his issues. I don't know.
Oh, I see. You're connecting the dots here. That Ariana fixed him for Kim.
I mean, I think Ariana fixed him for, like, everybody. I don't know. I know nothing about any of these people's relationships. That's another weird thing on the internet that we do, is we think really deeply about the relationships of people that we don't know.
I think the thing about the internet is that it really is just high school on a larger scale, where it's fun to talk about people's relationships, and celebrities and internet famous people give us like a commonality to like discourse about. Like, this is a fun conversation to have, despite the fact that I do not really give a shit what Kim K is doing. Oh, my other theory about this, though. I think Kim K just went for the most non-Kanye guy she could find, and that happened to be Pete.
The two genders, Kanye West and Pete Davidson.
Listen, you can probably make some sort of alignment chart from this, is all I'm saying.
I mean, if I had to choose between dating Kanye West and Pete Davidson, I would 1,000% choose Pete Davidson, because Kanye...
Oh, absolutely. I would also choose Pete.
I don't know. That whole Kanye
But she has more choices than
thing...
Kanye and Pete. It's not a binary.
There are only... It's a dating sim. You are Kim Kardashian. We should make the Kim Kardashian dating sim, and you have to choose between dating Kanye West, father of your children, and Pete Davidson, 28-year-old from Staten Island.
Oh my god. All right, coming soon to a browser near you. The Kim K dating sim.
Brought to you by Wow, true.
We will get sued for this.
Well, that's why we have to call her, like, KDK, and her choices are, like, Kenya and... Patty.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. Anyway, what did you want to talk about? Because
we gotta circle back.
That's what I've got for you.
We have to circle back to Don't Look Up, the movie featuring Ariana Grande.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. We already talked about that. Been there, done that. But, so...
I feel like this episode has been very recursive. Like, I didn't expect recursion to be a theme here, but I think it fits our 2021 retrospective, because 2021 truly did feel like you're living the same day over and over, but it's like a slightly different day every time, as opposed to 2020, which was,
isn't that
fucking Groundhog Day.
Isn't that just life, where every day is kind of the same but different? Like, I
gotta get off this planet.
I go on my laptop, I type my little articles about the chuggiest moments in tech in 2021, I play Hades, I go to bed. That's my life. Anyway, so what I noticed in the @llama in a tux list is that there's so many memes. Do you ever just get really overwhelmed by how many memes there are? And then, because the llama in a tux list kind of addressed, like, what were the big memes on Twitter? Like, what was the meme format everybody is using? Like, right now, everybody is using the CDC says that blank, making fun of the CDC says that you only have to quarantine for 5 days, which feels too short, but, I'm not a doctor, but... we don't have to get into that, but then now people are saying, like, the CDC says always pee after sex. That's actually very good advice. You should pee after sex.
That was actually, like, realistic advice. The CDC says that, you have to pour all your liquids out before going into a plane. I don't fucking know.
No, it's like, it's supposed to be bad advice. So it's like, the CDC
Well, that wasn't good advice. You shouldn't pour your liquid. This, it's all security theater. Whatever, that's a different point.
You should pour your liquids out before going through security, but then fill your water bottle before getting on the plane. Anyway, it would be like, the CDC says that the pull-out method works. Because the pull-out method doesn't work, and you should always pee after sex. This has been sex education with Wow if True. Isabel.
Oh, I was just going to say that if you bring pumpkin puree through the scanner, that will register as a liquid.
How do you know this?
Because Ashley, shout out to Ashley, told me about this because she read it in a tweet.
Honestly, I would do that. Every time pumpkin puree goes on sale at Aldi, I buy like 5 of them, and then throughout the year, I just have my pumpkin.
I've learned something about you today.
Yeah, you can make pumpkin risotto, you can make, like, pumpkin muffins, you can just make pumpkin anything.
I feel like you eat more pumpkin than I do. Just like in life.
I feel like people don't eat enough
I mean that totally neutrally. Fair enough.
Like, people get really into pumpkin in October, and it's like, what if we just ate a normal, moderate amount of pumpkin all year, rather than having no pumpkin, and then having all pumpkin everything?
Anyway, I feel like we've lost the plot of this episode.
Trader Joe's pumpkin goat cheese, pretty good, but, like... I wouldn't buy it again, but I'm glad I bought it and tried it once, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god. I will buy the Trader Joe's, like, weird cheeses every once in a while, like the specialty random ones that they have.
Oh, one of my all-time favorite cheeses is the Trader Joe's blueberry goat cheese.
Maybe what we're learning from this episode is that, like, talking about a retrospective of memes is not that good, but talking about a retrospective of the cheeses you bought from Trader Joe's is extremely good.
Yeah, no, so... for New Year's, we got the cheddar caramelized onion cheese at Trader Joe's, and honestly, it was amazing.
Okay, I haven't tried that. I will have to get that.
It was very good. Actually, my college job involved being sent on shopping trips to Trader Joe's and buying cheeses for fancy cheese boards to give to poets. That was my college job, so I know a lot about Trader Joe's cheese.
You know, me and my friends in Philly, like, you've experienced this. Like, our idea of a good time is we go to Trader Joe's, we buy the cheeses with the prices closest to $4.20 as we can find, and then we go back to Ashley's place and make a whole cheese board, consume a whole cheese board, watch the same fucking episode of The Umbrella Academy 6 times, not consecutively. This has happened at 6 separate times because Ashley keeps fucking forgetting. Anyway, this isn't good content.
Honestly, I think going to Trader Joe's and buying the cheese closest to $4.20 is good content. Also because it could ostensibly be good cheese, like it is a meme, but I feel like an issue I have with your friend group, which they're also my friends, but I'm just calling them your friend group, is that they really like to go to extraordinary efforts to eat bad food.
No, we don't. No, to clarify, it's not to eat the bad food. It's to make the bad food.
I mean, since we're doing we're doing our 2021 retrospective, and on our podcast, we have talked at length about you and your friends making the Baja Blast pie.
Yes, and it fucking sucked. But, like, I think the thing about me and my friends is that we egg each other on about ideas, and one of the bits in our friend group for years has been just like bad recipes. We will occasionally make a good recipe, and we actually do make like good food sometimes.
Oh no, I have eaten the cooking of your friend group, and it is very good. But yeah, you're wasting your talents.
No, but like I think we're using our talents like as they were perfectly meant to be. I think this is the same experience as we all went to Penn, but we act like this. Does that anything? Does that explain anything to you?
Yeah, but as I was saying about memes on our podcast that is very focused on the retrospective of what the discourse and the memes were in 2021.
Yeah, we are definitely being super focused about this and not going off on like 1,000 tangents.
People love our tangents. We do it for the people. So some of the memes that came up this year were the blank BF, blank GF meme, which is like making fun of stereotypical couples, but then as the meme exists, the couples get weirder. So it's just kind of like, an example would be 108-year-old vampire BF, extremely clumsy 16-year-old with negligent parents GF.
Heh.
Like, there's that format. Then there's the what is blank if not blank persevering, which is from WandaVision. So people say, like, what is kimchi if not cabbage persevering? And then there was also R.I.P. blank, he would have loved blank.
Okay, see, that came from Tumblr. That came from Tumblr like 6 months earlier.
Okay, well, some good ones were Rip Marie Antoinette, she would have loved Emily in Paris.
That's good. Yeah, no, that's good.
Mm-hmm. But, like, do you ever just get overwhelmed of, like, all those memes were this year, according to @llamas in a tux?
Not really, but I think... So, the same phenomenon has been happening on basically every social media site, where memes have such a short half-life now, if that makes sense, where... For a while, I think you could get a lot of mileage out of a meme format for like 6 months, like 5 or 6 years ago. Whereas now a meme format gets used up in like 3 days. And then people are on to the next thing. And I don't know what this says about our culture other than like we're used to a faster pace of entertainment. And I think it has something to do. I actually think that this and binge watching an entire show at once have some of the same roots. See, not to get serious about like something that's incredibly stupid, but like also like I think that these are genuine. Yeah, I think these are genuinely symptomatic of the same problem in society. And anyway, what I'm saying is that maybe we should just keep using memes until they get really used up, because once it's interesting because I think a meme will like it'll be funny for like X amount of time, then it's cringe to use it, but then it's funny again.
Yeah, like. It's like how my favorite meme of all time is maybe the real blank was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, and like that's good. Like now it's vintage.
Well, because it's cringe at this point.
No, I think that like maybe the real blank is the friends we made along the way is like it's old enough that it's funny now.
Yeah.
Like if I see a Spiders George meme, I think that's actually
oh my god,
funny.
Spiders George is so good. That's some vintage shit. Anyway,
yeah.
Before we move on from this year in review internet anthropology section, just want to rapid fire some memes of the year that I thought were funny that didn't make me extremely sad, just vaguely puzzled. September 23rd, Chris Pratt is Mario. October 3rd, Grimes breaks up with Elon Musk and reads Marx. She did say she staged those photos, which makes sense because it was just too on the nose. June 29th, gay IKEA couches.
See, these were all extremely good memes. I thought those were all, like, very funny. I'm excited for the Chris Pratt thing to come back when he does actually play Mario.
Yeah.
I wanted to shout out to July 21, because on July 21, nothing happened. And I think we could all use more July 21 in our lives.
I'm gonna look in my phone and see if I took any pictures on July 21 and what I was doing. Okay, on July 21st, 2021,
Did you say 21th? Wow. What school did you go to again? Sorry, what degree do you have?
I have a degree in English. On July 21st, I was sent a softball glove from my parents.
Honestly, wholesome. Love that.
It was my childhood glove that now I use in my very serious adult reg softball league.
I love that for you, but I actually have nothing funny to say about it, so I'm just gonna move on.
Okay. Well, that's what happened on July 21st.
Nothing, except Amanda getting a softball glove. Anyway, what do you think was the best meme in 2021?
So, I feel like at this point, it's Chugi, but what came to my mind...
No, it is not Chugi.
No,
I will spray you with a water bottle.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say the best meme was Chugi. I was gonna say
okay.
the one that I am choosing is Chugi, which
I see. All right, carry on.
I feel like it has to be the Bernie Mittens meme.
That's old school. That's like January shit.
I know.
Was it January?
Yeah, it was January because it was the inauguration. I don't know, I just really liked it.
Honestly, it was a good meme. I think it's orb posting, which is, if you have not seen the wizard pondering his orb memes, they're really good. I feel like, Amanda, did I show you the wizard pondering his orb memes?
You told me about it.
Yeah.
I don't think those memes have transcended Tumblr yet because I only know about it because you showed me.
No, but like Eric knew about them.
Okay.
And I don't think Eric's on Tumblr.
I mean, there's a lot we don't know about Eric.
Eric, if you're on Tumblr, you legally have to tell me.
Yeah.
I work at a law firm. Okay, but well, for anyone who's not on Tumblr, first of all, my theory is that I think orb posting is going to hit the mainstream within a couple of weeks through the lens of TikTok. But orb posting is basically just a wizard pondering his orb. Like, that's just the image. Classic wizard pondering an orb. But then people will do variations on it where, like, for example, one of them was he was streaming Minecraft in the orb, which was really good. That was really funny.
That's really good. Did you know that a lot of the top YouTubers are Minecraft YouTubers?
Yes, I did know that because I do know about Minecraft YouTube and the whole situation with Dream. Let's not go into that. That's a whole different episode.
Cool.
But honestly, that's my favorite right now, but I think the one that gave me the most joy in 2021 was also pretty Chugi, the Ever Given.
When I saw this in our script, I was like, Isabel, you're right, it's the Ever Given.
Because, like, you know, like, the whole world was united in the joy of boat is stuck. 3 days. Like, it was just a problem that none of us could really do anything about, but was fun to watch. Boat stuck.
Since this is the recursive episode, want to give a shout out to our episode with Danielle Baskin, who made the Stuck on the Ever Given dating app, but also because this isn't a meme of 2021, but something that's been very prominent in my 2021, which we also talked about in an episode, is Elizabeth Holmes. I'm obsessed with Elizabeth Holmes now, but also for work purposes. We are days away from her getting a verdict. Like, by the time this episode comes out, she might have been convicted or not convicted.
Yo, do you think she's gonna get convicted?
I don't know.
What's your prediction here?
As somebody who we cannot legally say is a lawyer, but somebody who passed the bar but has not yet submitted the form to the bar, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say that.
Like, that is Isabel's law status, is not a lawyer but passed the bar, simply has to fill out some forms.
Well, okay, so the problem with the forms, and the reason I haven't done them for 4 months, just so that everybody's clear, is that I need to ask people to fill out some, not recommendations, but, like, be like, hey, yeah, you did do these things. And I simply cannot email people.
Okay, cool. Well, so they've been deliberating for, like, over 50 hours.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, it was a 4-month-long case, so there's a lot to talk about, but, like, that's a little close. Like, I feel like you would think they would instantly be like, this bitch did fraud.
Well, the thing about jury verdicts is that they are given specific questions to ask and figure out.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have no idea how this is going to come out because I haven't been following the case.
I've been following the case very closely, and I have no idea what's going to happen. But I wanted to bring this up, and in context of Danielle Baskin, because just want to give a shout out to Danielle Baskin for showing up at the Elizabeth Holmes trial, selling blonde wigs, black turtlenecks, red lipstick, and a blood energy drink.
That's extremely fucking funny. That's really good.
She's
Danielle,
great.
that's fucking fantastic. All right, so worst meme of 2021.
I have a serious answer for this.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, this is a real downer, but maybe this is just in my mind because of the Elizabeth Holmes trial, but there is a document that the defense submitted as part of the trial where it is a schedule handwritten of Elizabeth Holmes every day. And they say in the trial that this is a schedule that Sunny Balwani, her secret boyfriend at the time and COO of Theranos, wrote for her. And one of the other themes in the trial is that she is alleging that he abused her, and that's why she was manipulated to do fraud. But, you know, there's a lot to unpack.
I feel like this is a cool motive still murder situation, but go on.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I think it can simultaneously be true that he abused her and that she also did fraud, but I'm also not a lawyer, whatever. But people were memeing that schedule because it was like, I don't take shit from anybody. I show no emotion. I only have conversations for 5 minutes with people. I do not laugh. Like, it was very, like...
It was, like, weird. Yeah.
Yeah. People thought that Elizabeth Holmes wrote it for herself, and they were making fun of her, but it was like, no, this is something that an abusive partner wrote for her and was, like, controlling her by doing.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
And I don't blame people, because, like, if you're not following the case, it's just like, wow, this person is off their rocker and only eats green juice and nothing else. But then when you think about it in the context of, like, an abusive partner prescribing this to you, it's really bad.
Yeah, man, that's a downer. That sucks. I think that's one of the bad things.
I know.
Well, but I think that's one of the bad things about the internet, right? Like, you don't get context for all the things you see. So, yeah I don't know. See, the one I had was, like, just a joke, because I was just going to say that Amanda saying chuggy constantly was the worst meme of 2021. But now I can't say that, because, like, you talked about a downer, so congrats on escaping that.
I mean, I think the meme is, like, me just being a downer. But, no, people on Twitter, like, came after me for saying chuggy on TechCrunch. Not really. Like, when I say came after me, I mean, there was somebody that tweeted, like, not TechCrunch, using a word that was only popular in the zeitgeist for, like, 2 weeks, 6 months after it was popular. And I quote tweeted them, and I was like, yes, TechCrunch using chuggy, because I said so, and girls just want to have fun.
But they are right.
Oh no, like, they're totally right. Like, I mean, I think the guy was just like, he wasn't malicious. Like, we had a little tweet back and forth that was very benign.
No, you should kill him, but, like, also, like, he's right.
No, people were quote tweeting the article being like, TechCrunch what? And I was like, hell yeah.
Oh my god. Real small domino, big domino effective. It's fine.
There is another writer at TechCrunch who wrote an article titled WTF is XYZ about why all the crypto companies have .xyz addresses and, like, why that's a trend. And she did call .coms chuggy.
Anita, I'm coming for you too. It's fine. Let's stop talking about chuggy. I don't have a segue here. I just want to stop talking about it.
Okay. Because you're my friend and I care about you and I want to make you happy, I'm going to commit that I'm going to try to stop saying chuggy on the podcast in 2021.
In 2021?
Sorry, no. I genuinely meant in 2022. I will stop saying chuggy on the podcast in 2022.
That was objectively the funniest time you could have made that mistake, though. That was really good.
That was a real mistake. Oh, man. So, do you have any New Year's resolutions, Isabel?
Honestly, like, 2021 was, like, a lot, so I'm going, like, very low-key with my resolutions for 2022. And they're all, like, writing related, which isn't, like, fun and exciting. It's literally just, like, I want to finish my book, I want to finish revising my book, and I want to send it places. It's a pretty good book.
Hell yeah.
It's about wizards. And I want to write, like,
Shocker.
2 more.
Do they ponder orbs?
Yo, they do ponder orbs. I am doing the rewrite right now, and I did work orb pondering in. I was really excited about this too, because I texted my friend Nick Hill, like, immediately after, being like, I worked orb pondering in, and he was like, good job. If for context, Nick Hill is the one who's been sending me a million orb pondering memes, and he's not on Tumblr either.
I think my resolution is, like, very on brand, is just to, like, try to, like, chill out a little bit. Because I feel like there were times this year where I was like, ugh, my life is so hard. I have to go on the computer and write about Nyan Cat for money. Poor me. And writing is very stressful, and especially being, like, an independent contractor is stressful as a creative. But also, I just kind of think I need to, like, take a step back more and be like, yes, I do have a lot of work to do, but it's objectively funny that I'm writing about, like, Nyan Cat.
Yeah, you know, like, maybe shift your perspective is kind of what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my goal is to stop saying chuggy and just, like, chill a little bit.
So, no chuggy, yes chill.
Yes. Chuggy out, chill in.
All right. So, we'll come back in a year and see how that's going. Actually, okay, an unironic, sincere resolution I have, I think, is one thing I've realized that I do a lot, and I think I've probably done this to you too. This is going to be like, oh, this is exciting. This is emotional honesty hour. By hour, I mean 1 minute.
That's rare.
Yeah. Dude, this never fucking happens.
I know.
It's funny because it's true. Is that, like, I've realized that I say a lot to my friends that you can just do this thing without me. I don't mind. Go ahead. And they're always like, no, what the fuck? We want you to be free to do this thing with us. And I think I devalue my presence to other people, if that makes sense, where I kind of assume that if I'm not going to be around, other people are still gonna, like, it's fine. But, like, I don't know. I think I should maybe value my, like, social presence more and stop saying that to people and, like, just try to commit to things, which is really hard because it's a lot easier to just, like, bail at the last minute.
Especially when you have a job that requires you to be able to bail at the last minute.
God, honestly, yeah.
No, I think that there are 2 truths here, which one truth is that your friends are still going to have a fun time if you're not there, but what's also true is that they do genuinely want you there because of you, and they want to spend time with you. And it's not like you're going to, like, ruin it by not being there or ruin it by being there, but, like, they want to spend time with you.
Yeah, and it's like, I you know, like, because I kind of realized that, like, me saying it doesn't matter if I'm there or not to people is devaluing what's something that they value. Does that make sense? Where it's like other people value a relationship, but me saying that is like me saying I don't value our relationship. And so I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I need to work on that. See, that was sincere as shit. That's like the most emotional honesty that you've heard out of me in our entire friendship, right?
I don't know. I feel like you talk to me about things sometimes. Maybe that's also because we are legally required to talk to each other for about an hour every other week.
Yeah, we'll do that because, you know, because the studio put us together like this, right?
Oh, yes, because we are simply 2 paid professionals independently put together to make an independent podcast with mediocre audio quality.
Exactly.
Speaking of our podcast, also, PSA, our 1-year anniversary is coming up. I believe it's like January 13th, but, you know, actual date doesn't matter. Just saying this because we are actively working on some rebranding and restructuring and fun stuff that we will tell you about in celebration of 1 year of making a podcast. That was cool. We committed to the bit. We committed to the bit so hard.
We did 1 year of podcasting fairly consistently. And, like, okay, like, on that note, like, do you have any resolutions you think we should be doing as podcast creators? Because I think actually our resolution, I have 2 resolutions with the podcast. The first is that I want to be better about being consistent now that we know that we do twice a month. Like, I think we need to be better at scheduling, and that's partially on me, but also partially on you, but partially both on our schedules because we're busy people. But I think we need to get slightly better about that. The other thing is I want to commit to doing this rebrand.
Yes. I mean, I think that also kind of ties into my general resolution where I just get really stressed out about everything. And then I'm like, oh man, I'm stressed out because I need to figure out what to make this podcast episode with about memes with my friend that people actually strangely listen to and have a Discord where they talk without us being there, although we're there most of the
This is
time.
because we're too online.
Like,
this is just because we're too online.
Oh yeah, I'm very online. Sometimes when people that I think are cool message me, I'll, like, wait 5 minutes. Like, not, like, I feel like people do that with people they have a crush on, but I do that just
I
with,
do
like,
that too. I fucking do that too. Great, we're both crazy. It's fine. And on that note, Happy New Year, everybody.
It's Public Domain Day.
Listen in 2 weeks for us, or on Patreon, depending on where we put that. For my Winnie the Pooh, The Sun Always Rises crossover event. And if you like this episode, tell a friend. Word of mouth is how we grow. Thank you to all of our Patreon patrons. Shout out to Zoe, Bray, Andre Grant, Thea, Algae, Rhythm from Space Jam 2. That's not funny anymore, but it's fine. If you want to make me talk more and want your name here and you want into our Discord, slide right into our Patreon at patreon.com/wowoftrue. Also, if you want a room tour of my childhood bedroom. Another shout out to Sam Rizer, who made our podcast music. You can find us online at wowoftrue.com or on Twitter as @wowofTruePod and Instagram and Facebook as @wowoftrue. If you've had your 15 seconds of fame or know someone who has, slide right into our Twitter DMs. I am actively falling off of this bed right now, so until next time, let's get famous on the internet. That wasn't a bit. I was.